Hey, so I just installed SimBrain. It's a tool for building an ANN or artificial neural network. So a neural network is basically like a mechanism to be able to make functional sense out of inputs. So you can have a whole range of inputs, and given like the associated weights for each one of the neurons that are simulated, you can the neural network can figure out a way in order to be able to get to the right kind of inputs. So there's a bunch of examples or like scripts kind of to play with. One of them I kind of came across is this called Rescorla-Wagner model. This is pretty interesting because I can get this kind of mouse to do certain things. Right now I'm just changing the kind of actual aesthetics of this this model. I changed the candle to a cheese, but I can make this mouse, the objective of this mouse according to the logic that has been defined is to get to this block of cheese, and there's a bunch of things I can do, so I'm just going to go ahead and run this simulation. And the mouse gets to the vicinity of the mouse, kind of gets to the cheese, so that's good. It has met its objective. But then I can do a couple other things. I can now make that block of cheese move, basically. So I can set the velocity. Let's do it like something simple. So I can make this block of cheese move now, and then we'll see how efficient is the mouse. So it's kind of the mouse, that looks like almost like a random kind of I'm gonna place this somewhere else on the screen, so let's place it somewhere up. I think that's gonna be a little farther away. So if I run the simulation again, so now I can, so that's maybe not a good example. Let's do this again. It's still going too fast, so let's change it to 3, 4, and let's run the simulation now. So at this point I can choose to reward or punish. I'm gonna punish the mouse because it's just kind of going in a straight line. And I'm gonna run the simulation again. So now it starts taking a different path. Oh, maybe it is learning and adapting. I don't really know how this neural network works. Wow. I wonder if it can actually like this kind of makes me wonder, like, you can do so many cool things with neural networks. You can I don't know what the sphere of sentience for this mouse would be, like the level of awareness. So let's take a look at that. I don't really know what these sensors or effectors mean. Sensors and effectors are enabled. I don't know what these mean, what the weighted numbers mean here. Current V visible in CR node after pressing reward or punish. To me, after running a couple of iterations, it does look like the mouse is getting better at finding the cheese in a smaller amount of time. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make it start a little farther away. Yeah, it's definitely it's evolving. You can see, like, before it was kind of going in a straight line. Now it's trying to anticipate where the cheese is going to come next, and to me it looks like it's trying to find its path. That's really interesting, man. So these are the kind of, like, there's other scripts obviously in SimBrain as well, and I'm just beginning to kind of tinker with neural networks. But these are the kind of things you can do with SimBrain or artificial neural networks. And here's like if I think by incorporating this with some of the other technologies, you can build more complex models. So it's up to you what you choose to connect it to and feed through the actual neural network for it to make rational sense out of it. So people are doing all sorts of things with neural networks, from being able to optimize the flow of goods and services. I saw it in a documentary somewhere that someone was leveraging just that in order to be able to optimize the delivery of groceries in England, and they were doing this pretty successfully. The whole automation, the whole supply chain system was automated using nothing but neural networks, to routing air traffic control in airports, to even stuff like using machine vision in order to be able to change and convert the actual structure of an image to something more artistic, giving it a like a dynamic filter. I just saw that coming in 2-minute papers on YouTube if someone's interested. And that's my personal area of interest, to be able to see more AI and cognitive computing and things like cognitive science in general, for the purpose of seeing more art and expression in the world. So this is really interesting. I've read a bit about, not too much, but started reading the functional theoretical aspect of cognitive computing. But to see it in action and tinker with it and kind of get your hands dirty is an altogether different experience. And it's just fascinating, very, very fascinating subject. So I'm going to end this video at this mark, and if someone who is into using cognitive computing or AI systems for the purpose of like using more art and expression in the world, then I would love to hear back from you. So if you can get back to me through my YouTube page or through the comments, that would be great. Thanks.